Our referees for match 49 of your Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference. First referee is Mr. Mark Santos, national referee. And our second referee is Mr. Joven Racelis, international referee. And now let's meet the starters of your NU Archipelago Builders. Beginning with your team captain, setter number 20, Joseph Bello. Middle blocker number 12, Peng Tagibolos. Outside hitter number 16, Brian Haleco. Middle blocker number 17, Toto Ordiales. Opposite hitter number 21, Jam Abanilla. Outside hitter number 24, Mac Bandola. And their starting libero is number 15, Marco Maclang. Sitting in as head coach of the Archipelago Builders is Mr. Raymond Franza. Introducing the starting lineup of your Signal HD Spikers. Starting with their team captain, opposite hitter number 8, Isay Marasigan. Middle blocker number 4, Peter Torres. Another middle blocker number 7, JP Bugawan. Outside hitter number 10, Wendell Miguel. Another outside hitter number 15, Mark Espejo. Setter number 18, EJ Casanya. And the starting libero is number 13, Manuel Sumangid. Their head coach is Mr. Dexter Clamor.
And we are just about ready to get going with the second game in the schedule. We take a look at the NU Archipelago Builders and their starting lineup. And we'll get to know them as we sail along. Raymond Franza sitting in for Dante Alinsunoren here today as head coach. Nahalata ko, Ivy and Signal, no holds barred, no,
That's right.
no holding back. They've gone with their big guns right off.
That's right. You know, the starting lineup for Signal remains the same. They're not taking NU very lightly. Kung tutusin, really, they don't have anything to lose anymore in this game.
Yeah.
You know, but they wanted to make sure really na parang they're not taking any opponent lightly.
And they just want to go into the next round with some momentum. You know, want to enter that critical phase with a loss, actually. Kasi pag talo ka, aba, hindi magandang simulain ng semis yan or ng next round. Underway. And quickly, Casanya takes care of the first point.
And Casanya, not the tallest player on the floor right now, but still managed, you know, to win that point for Signal.
And the first point already scored. Tracking it down is the chase down, naabutan. And the drop. Sumangid, our best receiver so far in the tournament. This is the first long rally. Very active hands also by Enyo. Haleco sends it outside. You know, if you're NU, your motivation here today, Ivy, let's beat them. Give them, talunin natin kahit isang set.
That's right.
Mag-isip-isip ito bago pumasok sa semis itong kalaban natin na to. They are going to be the top-ranked team. Undefeated so far in all their games. Unscathed, unbeaten. No set drop. Espejo's firing. The drop. Inside it goes. It'll be a point, the first for NU.
And that would be actually a big feat for NU, you know, even if they lose this match, but they're able to steal a set. Well, that could be a record for them because nobody has done that yet, and they would be the first here for this season.
And that would be the story that you'd see on all the social media, of course. In the meantime, from the middle, that is a big strike, and that makes it 3-1. Napakahirap gawin yan from the pipe na yan, whether the men or the women. That takes some precision.
Right.
Mahirap, ikaw, nasubukan. I'm sure na-try mo na yan. Ang hirap niyan, ano?
Oh, of course, it has to, kasi you have to fool your opponent din. It's part of the play eh. So, and yung mapapansin natin, hindi rin ganun kataas sa mga execution ng set sa likod.
In the meantime, there's a service error. And you now with the serve. Doing so at 2 against 3. Espejo gets to it. And there's Mark who does that very well. That'll make it 4 against 2. Alam mo, ang ginagawa ng Signal, bilisan natin para makauwi na tayo. 2, para makalaro yung iba. 3, wag na natin patagalin. Bugbugan na lang tayo sa practice bukas or something.
And I'm sure they don't want to give Enyo the momentum as well.
That's even better. That's an even better point. That's a good block. However, it won't go to Torres' way. And they got that through by the slimmest of margins, through the slimmest of paths. And you, now with 3 against 4. Go ahead,
That's
please.
right. So that was actually a good decision from Abanilla not to hit the ball anymore.
Hala, piestahin natin si Mark mula sa likod. The attack, touch last by Signal. We're tied at 4.
So where has Enyo been scoring the points so far when they attack, and it has been off the blockers or off the hands of the blockers of Signal. So we've seen that twice already. Bounce off the hands of the blockers, not being saved by the floor defenders of Signal.
That's a bit of an overpass. Ginawa ng paraan, and Miguel gets to score in the tough alley down the left sideline.
It was a good one-hand set as well from Casanya.
Ito yung big addition sa team na ito. They really wanted to get Casanya for better distribution. They do have also a good sub coming off the bench, and that's Jewel Asia, who might see action later on.
And he's celebrating his birthday today.
Makantsawan nga. In the meantime, Signal still ahead by 2, but Coach Dex with some anxious moments. Siyempre, gusto niya spotless kasi bihirang gawin yung record na yan.
And you cannot be complacent din kasi, you know. So, again, while NU may not be at the top of the rankings, but we've seen also how NU can shake other teams.
Yes, indeed. And they come from championship pedigree as well. In the meantime, that is going to work for Signal. Isay Marasigan will be serving. They're ahead 7-4.
So this is a 3-point run for Signal.
Good receiving so far by NU. And that's long. And we will hit the first technical timeout. 8-4, Signal with the early lead. We'll take a second look. Konti na lang.
Good angle, pero yun nga konti clip pa ng wrist.
Which is not easy to do all the time. Ivy and I will be right back after the technical TO.
In their very first game of the conference, I remember Mac Bandola telling me how nervous he is about filling in the role of Nico Almendras in this team. But today, Mac says na may kumpiyansa siya sa sarili niya at sa kung anong kaya niyang gawin. He says that now, he has better control of his emotions on the court compared to how he was when he started this conference. He's also very excited for this game versus Signal, going up against Peter Torres dahil nagsisimula pa lang daw siya sa NU. He has always looked up to Peter as his role model. Back to you guys.
And that's how sports is, life in sports is. You get to play against people you admire. They become your teammates, opponents. Small world, really. Thank you, Doreen. In the meantime, it's 9-4. NU now falling behind by 5, and the serve belongs to Signal. Belio. Well done. Isay could not handle that well.
Good down the line hit from Bandola.
He tried to do a beach volleyball move there, but
It was just too strong.
malakas.
Oh, masyadong malakas
Saka
eh.
tumama na sa arms niya, hindi sa hands umabot. This serve is wild.
High risk, high rewards there. But you know, if you have a good receiving team also like Signal, kailangan mo talagang kargahan ng yung service.
That is such a good point because the first weapon, of course, is always the serve.
Right.
Let's work with the serve of Wendell Miguel, who's having a good first set so far. Bello with the set. That is blocked. And this is one of the strengths of Signal. They're blocking.
Let's take a look at that once again. 3-man block.
Itong Signal hindi tinatamad block ito. It's part of their game. There are some teams that somehow taper off when their blocking is not needed, when they have a big lead, but not Signal.
Right. Signal right now is number 3 in blocking. What's more interesting is that they're going up against a number 2 blocking team, which is NU.
In the meantime, a delivery by the prolific Torres, who loves doing that runner. NU has requested for a timeout. Coach Raymond Franze sitting in for Dante Alinsunurin today.
Kapag pala si Peter, bantayan nyo na to. Ha? Ngayon, yung receive natin, hindi umaabot. Ha? Hindi umaabot. Kaya yung setter, bigay na ng bigay doon. Tapos gawan nyo na ng paraan. Ha? Huwag kayo matakot, may pwede nyo pa-check eh. Pwede may diskarte naman yun. Ha? Huwag kayo matakot pumalo. Matakot kayo pumalo. Palitan ko kayo. Go!
Ang ating score sa kasalukuyan ay 12-5. Lamang ang kupunan ng Signal, going with their usual strengths. Action just about ready to resume. Miguel will be serving for the HD Spikers. In play, Bello gets to it, and the set, the strike, easily handled. Sumanggid is there. Reverse, the tap by Torres, so easy.
Not the strongest of hits, but Torres knew where to bring that attack.
Torres gets very good height. Matangkad na siya to begin with. Then he has great elevation, and he can do so many things and make good decisions once he's in the air. 13-5 tally. Miguel's second tour of duty on the serve. Maclang got to it. The dop. It becomes a set. Mark doesn't like it. Push back. Inside it goes.
That was a smart move from NU. Veteran move nga yun actually, kung tutusin eh, no?
Oo, tingnan mo. Ulitin natin to. Ayan. Doon sa likod. Hello, walang tao sa bahay. Score po natin, 6-13. NU all set to serve. This is Paul Leo Ordiales. Down the middle we go. Kept in play. Sumanggid gets to it. Casanya. And what else is new? Torres scores anew. You know, yung strike ni Torres, you know it's coming, but can't do much about it because of the speed and the tempo in which Signal likes to run that play.
That's right. So far, the NU blocking absent here in this first set. Remember, that's one of their strengths, but we have not seen much of it.
And that is such a good point when you need your blocking against a lethal team that is, like Signal. In the meantime, it's 7-14. Bello's serve is out of reach. And Signal obtains the serve. It's a 15-7 first set. We'll have EJ Casanya all set to serve. EJ serve in play.
And it's a service ace.
Haleko could not handle the tricky volleyball as we arrive at the second technical ceasefire. Watch this.
Not the strongest of serves, but good target with that floater.
Sumayaw yung bola. In the meantime, we'll be back after the second ceasefire. We have a very spirited audience with us here today on the last day of the preliminary round of the Spikers Turf Conference. And we have the serve of Signal underway. Medyo mahirap ang service ng reception itong inyo.
And they have been targeting him, of course, getting that instruction from the coach. Good cross-court hit from Espejo.
Mark Espejo doing familiar things.
You can sense, probably parang there's not a lot of confidence on the side of NU right now.
Well,
Probably
yeah.
because, they know they're going up against a very strong team. And probably karamihan din ng mga idols sila kasi nandun sa opposite side of the court.
Exactly. In the meantime, there's a wasted serve, a rarity by Signal here in this first set.
That would be the second service error on the side of Signal. Three service errors on the side of NU naman as of this time.
Isai is blocked, and there's the blocking you were looking for. Abanilla and number 12, Tagib Bolos, taking care of matters there. They close the door. Watch this.
And clearly no other way to go there for Isai. Even if he swipes it to the other side, wala rin. Sarado dun talaga. Good recovery.
Oh, short. Mali palo.
Oh, a bit too low. Yeah, but that was too low.
Actually, yung indecision ni EJ created that low set. Will I go front? Will I go
Right.
reverse? Tuloy mababa. Well, one
Right.
of the slips that happens. Bawing-bawi ba? Hindi naman. Eto, Nilobo. The shot in play. Miguel. That is rejected. Nowhere to go.
Good blocking from NU, and this is what we want to see. They're having trouble scoring from their attack. So this is one of the best ways that they can probably earn the points. Yung kung strength nila, which is blocking.
Excellent point, and might as well start it with defense. There's a miss hit that time by Bugawan, who hasn't really exactly gotten going. Sumangir doing his familiar role, and that is long and out. And here comes some points by NU here late in this first set.
Marasigan obviously was trying to aim for the hands of the blockers.
In the meantime, Coach Dexter wants to check the momentum of this funky NU side. He calls a timeout.
Hinga muna. 4-0 run yun. 4-0 run. Simulan natin sa maayos na pasa. Tapos yung gitna, medyo matibay mong block. Pag bababa mo yung set dito, pare, block lang yan. Wala siyang options na hanapan ng butas. Atas mo. Tapos nakikita mo, nandito na yung gitna niya, di ba? Kim mo lang, tapos tapon sa kabila. Single block kay Mark. O kaya kay Isai, dikit mo ng konti, dulo mo ng konti para may options na siya. Tapos naka-block na, lumalabas, so pwede mag-drop. Ha? Go. Stop tayo, stop. Go.
Boy, if I were a player, I would understand that very clearly. Very simple and very
Right.
precise instructions
That's right.
by Coach Dexter. And he agreed with what you were saying about mababa yung set kanina ni EJ Casanya.
Right, so you can see that the instructions were basically how to adjust to the strength of NU, which is blocking. So let's see how they would respond to that.
And that hits the inside. There's a check ball. And our referee is sure of the check ball. No doubts from NU. 18-12 tally here. Mark Espejo checking the coaches if there's any instruction as to where he should send the serve. Baklang got to it. Whoa, powerful strike by Abanilla, but too much. Jan had the right idea to try to overpower the block, but a little too much mustard on that one. Here comes Espejo. Second serve in progress. Maclang got to it. The set, problematic. Problematic. They were avoiding the blockers too much. But
that was actually a good play. You know, it's just the execution.
yes, the referees will confer. Signal seeking clarification, and yes, they get the point. No argument from NU. We have a new player coming in. Arriesgado checking in for Miguel in the Signal roster on the floor. This is Noy Arriesgado. Interesting first full name, Godpray. And that is short on the third try by Marcus Bell.
Third service error on the side of Signal. So that's a free point for NU.
Trying to keep it as close as possible. They had a 4-0 run, as you heard in the last time out. Espejo, here comes the set. Nicely done. Clean execution this time by Signal as Isay Marasigan makes the connection.
Good play there from Signal. Ito yung sinasabi ni Coach kanina eh. You know, as a setter, you also have to fool the blocker. So you're thinking you'll give it somewhere sa harap mo, then all of a sudden, back set.
Exactly. In the meantime, dug up cleanly. The quick set works. It's brushed against the blocker. Players apologize to each other at the net. Mukhang nagkakiskisan ng konti doon. Unintentionally, of course. Casanya surveys his field, and look at that!
Espejo making it look very easy.
Alam mo to si Mark, the jaywalker, lumilipad tapos tumatawid kung saan-saan. Here comes the birthday celebrant, Joel Asia. Seeing action for the first time. Balbuena is also on the floor for the first time for Signal HD. The current count is 22-14. Last day of the preliminary round. The cast of characters for the semis already set. We're just completing business here. Torres digs it high. Espejo makes it a set. Arriesgado, cross court. Handled well by NU. This shot, sumanggid. Joel Asia. Medyo mababa yung set niya. He knew it.
That's right. And Marcus Bell giving him a thumbs up sign, so he's saying that's okay.
Kuminsan yung communication on the floor, nguso lang, kindat lang.
Oh, good set there.
Yes. Or kuminsan, pagdidilatan mo yung setter mo. Di ba?
Oh, alam na yun.
Or sasabihin ng setter, sige, balik ako sa'yo, babawi ako sa'yo. 23-15. Signal. Not really threatened here, save for that minor run earlier by NU. Arriesgado all set to serve. And it sails out.
Fourth service error in the side of NU.
Alam mo, Signal, that's why they're committing these errors, because they're practicing their serve, I guess. Trying to target some areas on the floor. And here we go. We've got Edgar Floresca all set to serve, wearing number 14. Arriesgado got to it. Jewel sets this up. It does not cross over.
Free point for NU.
Coach Dexter Clamor allowing the players to solve their own problem now because they're 2 points away from sewing this all up. Floresca serve. Asia. Espejo tries a one-handed tap. The reverse set, well done, but handled just as well by NU. That's check.
They would first referee will be talking to our linesman because I think the antenna moved. So we'll try to figure out if that was a touch.
It's still shaking actually. Oh.
Ganun kalakas kasi lagi mga palo nila eh.
But this is a good piece of officiating. Up, yep. It'll go to NU. And conversely, I was hoping that there was not going. I was teasing the person from the challenge facility that there wouldn't be any challenges, but I'm of course mistaken. Dexter Clamor makes a challenge of that last call. And yep, I can see it now. Balbuena looks like he touched the antenna actually. Yeah, I think you can hear a bit of the conversation to my left here.
So the challenge was actually a block touch. That was a challenge for from Signal.
You cannot challenge everything kasi.
You just have to choose which one.
Which one?
So if there were so many things that happened in that sequence, so you have to choose which one you would be challenging. So Signal raised the block touch, and let's see what the decision is.
Well, I think it is an unsuccessful challenge because the point obviously will go to NU.
So there was no block touch.
No, none.
There was no block touch because the point was awarded to NU.
I think also Dexter Clamor was also just trying to get the point back and calm down his team actually. Sometimes it's strategic actually. What a shot! Balbuena gets the point back with authority. Alfred Balbuena often comes off the bench for Signal HD, uncorking a powerful hit that brings them to set point here in the opening frame. 24-18. Peter Torres serving for the set. Blocked. And it's inside. That'll do it. There was some threat by NU, but it was clear, Ivy, that Signal was in control.
That's right. They have been in control for all throughout the match. You know, they really made sure that they maintained the lead.
And that'll be the score at the end of the first set, 25-18. Second set coming your way shortly. 25-18 was the final count at the end of that opening set. Ivy, Signal, again, not dropping a single set here. And I think they want to hold on to that particular accomplishment.
That's right, the way that they're playing right now, and it sure means, you know, they really mean business. And like we mentioned, even if NU is not among the top of the rankings, but you know, they're not taking NU very lightly. And we've seen there's a lot of long sequences here in this set. So basically, both of the teams really are performing very well. We're still yet to see a little bit of aggressiveness on the side of NU, but you know, we've seen how they've slowly, you know, they're slowly coming into their game, especially when we've seen that the blocking has worked for them. So when that happened, kasi nakausad itong si NU. And now we see the numbers here on your screens. So, and like we said, pretty much Signal control this match. 15 attack points, but it has still been NU who has been in control at defending the net with 3 blocks. Both of these teams committed their own fair share of errors. Medyo halos pareho lang naman, medyo patas lang. So, you know, really again, it's for NU creating the opportunities on how they would be scoring the points.
Thank you very much, Ivy Remulla, and we're working with Doreen Suaybagyo here today, Seb Sarmenta, together with these 2 hardworking ladies taking care of your game here today. It's Signal HD trying to keep their slate immaculate and unscathed. Here comes a block, one-handed pickup, one-handed attack, still in play though. The blast by Marasigan. Here's Maklang, makes it a set. Off speed, and there's a connection, no problem for Brian Haleko.
Good coverage for both of these teams. The good defense we've seen in that sequence.
Pero alam mo itong Signal, I saw one game, they were down 24-21 in one set. Hinabol nila. Pinwersa nila hanggang maging 28-26.
So doon mo rin talaga makikita, no, yung where experience comes in eh. Kasi that's really one of the things na kailangang ma-build eh, yung end game.
And I thought in that game from the coaching huddle of Dexter Clamor, he was more concerned about pride than anything else. Rather than just ending the game, they could have won it in 4 sets, but they opted to keep on winning in straight sets fashion. Espejo fires, but misses the target. NU now leads 2-1.
Siguro maganda, Sir Seb, no? Meron tayong pang-measure kung gaano kabilis yung kanilang spike at serve eh. Para sa baseball.
Para sa baseball, ano yung speed ng, speed ng pitch.
Yeah. Kasi you know, if you watch live, yun yung, hindi ka pwedeng kumurap eh. Lalo na pag umaatake sila. So you want to know what happens sa sobrang bilis.
Alam ko sa women's game, meron din mga ganyang kalalakas mag-serve. At you know this, Ivy, kung minsan you're ready there to receive it, pero kung minsan sumasayaw yung bola, no?
Right. And sometimes, you know, you're in possession but the ball just comes too fast na hindi mo talaga siya maiangat.
At tapos yung power nung pag-serve is a factor. One-handed set, nicely done, but net touch. And it's a wasted opportunity. Let's take a look at that last play from the lipstick camera. One-handed set. There's the net touch on the way down. In play. Nicely done. Man out. Good pickup that time by Bugawan. But it sailed out. Yun naman, malakas ang palok. Mahirap din i-manage kahit tama ang posisyon mo.
Just too strong.
The serve, Sumanggid gets to it. Casanya. Ooh, Maklang right position, but couldn't get it afloat to keep it in play.
Let's take a look at that once again. Miguel with that strong cross-court hit.
Ang prolific ni Miguel, ha? In the meantime, Banola. Espejo digging well. Ooh. You know, I've always felt that the good spikers are also good diggers. There's siguro alam nila yung direksyon ng bola, kung saan pupunta. And they're right there right away. I've seen that in Mark Espejo. In the meantime, sa women's game, si Rachel Andakis, nakita ko yan kung minsan. Maganda yung pwesto niya lagi. In the meantime, buhay pa yan!
Oh, ball still alive. Good coverage on the side of NU.
Peter Torres, the specialty of the house.
Why not, diba? While everybody else is scrambling on the other side of the court, let's do a fast play.
In the meantime, it's 6-3. You know, if I were the setter, I would go to Torres every so often. Paggulat lang talaga. Takong-tago yung play na yun.
Well, he has already 3 attack points in set number 1 just because of that running hit.
Manola rejected. Oh, that finds a spot.
Ordiales with that hit.
It's a close second set, 6-4. Mandola's serve in play. Casanya. This is rejected. They recycle. The other direction. It's off the hands of the blocker. Belia tracks it down. Here comes Haleko. Oh, Sumanggit. It's in play. Battle at the net. Net touch. Net touch.
Yes, net touch. So that point goes to NU. Very good performance we're seeing with NU right now.
A much better second set. You know, yung sipag ng bakbakan niya sa net, wala talaga nga amin na that they touch the net eh. Kasi lipad ka lang ng lipad eh. Sumanggit, steady hands.
A good first ball.
Oh! Alam mo si Sumanggit, well, as libero, softens the set eh. Softens the first ball eh. Inaabot na lang niya doon sa setter eh.
That's right. And ang dating ng bola din sa setter, hindi mabilis, you know. So the setter really has time to go into position. Actually, kung nasaan yung setter, doon niya dinadala. Hindi na gumagalaw ang setter niya.
He knows exactly where it will arrive. That's such a great point. In the meantime, NU stealing a point there. They're within 1 point. And if this is the second team of NU, can you imagine their first team that's battling in the UAAP right now? This is basically their team B.
A lot of potential in these young players.
Yeah, exactly. Torres is the fake. And there's a connection. Miguel now with 6 points here in this first and second set. It's 8-6. Watch this. We'll slide into a technical timeout and return very quickly.
When young players look at JP Bugawan, they see a volleyball superstar. But what JP wants these kids to know is that he pours a lot of hard work to be the player that they see on screen. In fact, even though he's player of the game last game versus Iloilo, hindi daw masaya si JP sa pinakita niya dahil wala daw siya ni isang block sa game na yon. That's why heading into this game and into the semifinals, JP loaded up on his training specifically for his blockings. Your thoughts, Sir 7IV?
Napaka-perfectionist naman ni JP Bugawan.
Well, you know, kasi as a middle blocker or middle attacker, isa talaga yan sa mga statistics na dapat nakukuha mo ang blocking.
Oh, fair naman.
Diba? So that's one of the primary roles that he has actually.
Pag wala yung score na yun, ano, parang
parang may kulang.
Parang, di ba lumundag naman ako kanina? 9-7 po ang bilang natin. Signal, they took the first set, 25-18 in case you're joining us a tad late. EJ Casanya is all set to serve. Maklang, the reverse set, the push.
The set was actually a bit too close to the net, pero nagawa ng paraan. Haleko.
He adjusted in the air, actually. He knew he was in dangerous waters. So he said, let me try to save this. Let's see if NU can equalize here. They're down by a point. Espejo. And down from the middle. Did they get the corner? Yes, they got it.
Let's take a look at that attack once again.
You know, this is a great opportunity to practice hitting deep and long, especially when they face Cotabato and Iloilo later on in the semis. Oh, neatly done.
And that started with a perfect pass here for NU. Agipolos with that hit.
Wendell Tagabolos taking care of business there. And look at this. NU is within a point and they have to serve. Espejo, Casanya. Espejo! Oh, wicked shot.
That was strong. And we heard that. Narinig natin yan, ha? Lakas nun.
And Mark apologizes quickly. And that's what I love about volleyball. Yung mga ganun, hindi naman sinasadyang lakasan. Kailangan lang talaga.
You know, that's actually example of what you were saying, that you are in the you're in the position. Actually, natamaan nga siya, but sa sobrang bilis ng bola, hindi ka na naka-react eh.
In the meantime, Leo Ordiales with a gentle touch at the net brings his team again within a point and they re-obtain the serve. This is close and tight. Just when you thought NU was getting going, Signal finds a way to counter. Look at this.
And give half credit to that point to Casanya because he was able to split the blockers. Ordiales thinking na ibibigay kay Peter Torres eh.
And in the meantime, birthday celebrant Jewel Asia comes in for Casanya at the setter's position. Valbuena, who also saw action in the first set, returns for Signal HD. Here's Jewel's shot. Up. They got it. Nakakatuwa itong Enyo. Ang tangkad ng setter nila, no? Si Belio,
yeah.
No? He must be about 6'1", 6'2". And that's an asset because he'll always be a blocker there. Diba usually mga setters?
Usually one of the shortest.
The shortest, halos libero na eh, no?
Yeah, one of the shortest. But yeah. But you know, Enyo naman has been known for really having a tall lineup eh.
Yeah, no?
So, kung yung considered as small sa kanila, tall na sa iba.
Where do they find these tall, lean young men from a great recruitment program, of course, Maklang. Here we go. Aleko whips it down. It's still in play nonetheless. Torres watching the ball. Didn't want to touch it because it was the second ball. Net attack, net counter, and somebody tapping the net. Suddenly, Signal pulls away by 3. Let's watch. Ooh, unfortunate turn of events. Nilagay niya ng follow through para sumalok sa kabila. Then he ended up brushing the net. Let's go with the serve of Wendell Miguel. Maklang receiving cleanly. Looks long, but touched last.
Oh, there was a touch from Signal, from the side of Signal.
And it becomes a little closer now, 12 against 14. Ordiales all set to serve.
Good serve.
Yes. Valbuena gets it to stay in. You know, what you love about Valbuena, and when Alfred comes in, he's a source of instant points. He provides energy right away. And look at this.
It goes off the hands of the blocker.
Ang gusto ko kay Alfred, hindi niya pinipilit against the block. Gagamitan niya ng paraan. Tingnan niya yung position ng hands ng blocker. Doon niya itatapikin. In the meantime, that ricochets back to the sender. Here comes the attack. It's ricocheted back to the center as well. It becomes a set for Torres. It's off Haleko. There's a confusion on that side. Haleko blasts it over. Reverse set by Asia. Oh, high up and out. No complaints, no questions from Signal HD. That was high up and out, really. Bello all set to serve. Joseph, the center, of course. Espejo digs it high. Great set by Asia. That goes through 2 blockers.
Balbuena with another point for Signal.
And he and Asia are the replacement batteries for the Signal HD team coming off the bench. Signal arrives at the technical TO first, 16-13. You're still back with us here at the Paco Arena for the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference. F. Sarmenta, Ivy, Remulla, Doreen, Suay Baguio doing your coverage for this game. We've got Alfred Balbuena all set to serve. His team ahead, 16-13. They also took the first set, 25-18. Asia. That's a huge point by the setter.
And it was a single block at that.
Happy birthday to you, sabi ng grupo.
A lot of celebration over that last point.
Kasi hindi mo ini-expect bigla kasi yung setter ready na for second ball. Pero tumalon siya. Nakisali siya sa party. Balbuena. Oh! Espejo closing the wall.
And Signal showing how strong that they can defend the net. Let's take a look at that once again. Well read by Espejo. Again, only single block.
More than the hands on the net, it was his timing from downstairs. Nung tumaas siya, sumabay siya. It is close to the net. Problematic.
Well, there's a violation to
Yes.
be called up against NU.
The young NU players say there was nothing. They're now hoping for a challenge here. I don't think they'll get any here. 19-13 tally here. Kasi sila nag-net touch eh. Uh-oh.
I think that could have gone outside already.
Yes,
but,
wala na eh. Committed ka na eh. Ayan, IB, papunta sa'yo.
Ready na sana ako eh.
Ang tingin ko, pataas ka na nun eh. Oh, yan.
Oh, good save.
That's alive. It's alive. Tama yun. Pina-brush muna sa net. Good attack by NU habang nagkaanggulo ang Signal, but they could not capitalize.
Well, that was one of the best rallies we've seen so far.
Take a second look at this. Gusto ko yung bumrush sa net eh. That's not easy to handle when you're in the front row. We've got a timeout taken. Let's try to sneak in and join the huddle.
Pwede kasi yung ano mo yung bigay mo sa sa mga spiker mo eh. Ha? O, isang receive lang, kaya pa naman yan. Ha? Kapit lang. O, tara. Tara. Go lang. Hey, NU! Let's go tayo, walang kaya dyan.
We have the count at 20-13. That's Coach Raymond Frenzo's filling in for Dante Alinsunurin here today. And 2013 is the tally. We have Niga tried to get in, but I think he was late reporting for class. In the meantime, this is up in the air. Excellent elevation. Nice delivery by Jan Abanilla. Johan Giga is coming in for the first time. Now Coach Dexter going to his bench here. Sumanggid, steady hands. Blocked, cleanly so. Watch
Take
this.
a look at that once again.
Haba ng kamay.
Bantay na bantay din. So he really knew that it was going to be given to Injiga.
And he was really long. Tumalon pa.
3 ball.
Maklang, eto na si Bandola. Sumanggid! Nag-alangan yung save dahil may tao doon. Hindi na naka-roll away si Sumanggid.
Let's take a look at that sequence once again. That's Bandola with that cross-court hit. It was a good pickup there from Sumanggid.
Look at that look. Di ba dapat aalis ka doon? 2016 tally here. Sumanggid.
Another perfect pass from Sumanggid.
Whoa! Wicked shot by Marcus Espejo.
Wow. It happened right in front of us pero hindi ko nakita sa sobrang bilis. Let's take a look at that once again. That's already slow-mo, by the way.
Ano eh?
Perfectly executed.
-0 tempo. Parang ice cold -0 beer. Sobrang bilis. Counter. Bandola's attempt is out. Signal with a 6-point lead. Romal comes in for the first time, replacing Bandola in the NU roster. Mark likes to do this cannonball serve, which is, oh my God, it's so loaded. Arriesgado will come in, but look at this. Again, it's in slow-mo. It's
That's
not
right.
in real time. Huh?
So if it's Espejo attacking or serving, we have to have a very super slow-mo. Meron bang ganun?
Meron. Pero how unreal would that be? Ano, ha? Oh, look at this. Save. Woo! Marco Maclang must be thinking, ba't ako inaasinta nito? Well, you're the libero. You're the defensive specialist. So I would suspect Mark might go there sa tokayo niya uli. No. Didn't work that time. Looks like that last serve was low on the toss. But nonetheless, it's set point for Signal. Trying again to keep their set count immaculately clean. They have not dropped a single set in the tournament. And it's over. Isay Marasigan knocking it down, making it 25-17 in the second count. Watch this. And it's 2-0 in favor of Signal. Third set coming your way after this. We have you back with us here, and look at this. Signal trying to make short work of a very spirited NU side that's trying to steal at least one set. But more power being unleashed, Ivy, by this Signal team.
That's right, and it seems like Signal has just warmed up. You know, in set number 1, they actually performed better here in set number 2. And again, similar to set number 1, Signal took complete control of the game. But, you know, I think NU played better here in set number 2 than they did in set number 1. So a lot of sequences also that they were able to, you know, give out their own points. And this time around, mas nagkaroon sila ng maraming opportunities to score points for themselves. But then again, if you have, you know, the strong guns like Mark Espejo and then Balbuena actually also did very well here for Signal in set number 2. And this is the result. So like we said, NU did better. They had more attack points in this set, 11 versus 14 of Signal. And this time around, it was Signal who gave them a hard time defending the net. 2 block points para dito sa Signal. And the services, ito ang nagpahirap talaga sa buhay ng NU here in set number 2. Especially that service at the end of set number 2, yung services ni Mark Espejo. So that really sealed the deal. But I think both teams did very well in terms of trying to minimize the errors that they have for set number 2.
Okay, we are just about ready to get going with set number 3. Can Signal keep their slate immaculate? They make a change. They add in their other libero. This is Sandy Montero, who'll get to see some action here today. There's another new face. That's Edmar Bonono, who sees action for the first time. And look at this. Not a good start by NU as they waste their first serve. Bonono, Giga, Balbuena, Montero, Espejo is kept there. Jewel Asia checking the bench. I guess it's really his birthday. Mukhang kinakantsawan talaga eh.
So pagka magandang laro siguro, may pakain mamaya.
Good set. Di pinilit ni Mark. Good cross-court counters set. Oh, Montero keeping it alive. Bonono sends it to the other side. The set, the bullet, is it? It's inside.
It makes it inside. A little miscommunication on the side of Signal there in terms of who will be attacking, where to attack.
Everybody looking away. 1-all tally. Balbuena, it's returned to it. It's still alive. No whistle. And smart alert play by Balbuena. The referee did not blow any whistle. And Giga kept it in play.
Good.
Akala ng lahat patay na yung bola. Eh, oh.
So that was good coverage actually in the side of Signal. And good decision from Balbuena as well, you know, to attack it right away. Again, wala pa sa pwesto ang NU.
As again, you players, as long as you don't hear a whistle, you play on. In the meantime, Montero makes it a set. Bonono uncorks. And Giga gets it to bite. Chu and Giga with a lot of friends and supporters here behind us. Espejo is all set to serve. They have jumped out in front by 2. Too close to the net, they make do. Uh-oh. Net touch by NU. Or is it...
overreaching violation,
overreach,
yes.
yeah.
So NU needs to be careful with these unforced errors.
From the back row, it's short. Mark knew it the minute he flew. Our count, 4-2. Tagibolos all set to serve. Mark got to it. Bonono counters.
That goes off the block.
You know, alam mo itong Signal team, you can actually form 2 or 3 teams.
That's right. A very strong lineup we see here for
Yeah.
Signal.
Even
And-
the subs are great.
Oo,
eh.
right. And I think, isang advantage din talaga nila is because, they've kept their team intact, in the past few seasons. So, apart from having a very deep bench, nandun din yung chemistry within the team.
Very few players actually moved away. No, notably,
Right.
I know Rex Intal, si Doc AJ also moved on in the meantime. This is a bullet, but it's a long one that goes out. Well set by Jewel Asia, but no real clear target. Is there a challenge?
There is, and a challenge is for a block touch.
Moment of truth here. Let's see.
Oh, there was the slightest touch on the fingertips. Very sharp eyes we have here from the Signal team.
Alam mo, may nagsabi sa aking athlete dati, coaches see everything. And how the
Right.
coaches see those little details,
You have to wonder, no?
pwede na i-give up yun actually in the context of things. But no, Dexter Clamore fighting for it. Here comes the set. Blocked. Kept in play. Oh, that was alive.
Oh, that was quite unfortunate the side of NU. It was a good coverage.
Signal thanking their lucky stars. Look at this. Bang. It's alive. Nobody knew what to do with it. Akala ko ikaw. Akala ko ako. Wala. Akala
Maraming namamatay sa maling akala.
Mismo. Bonono could not take advantage of the regalo. That's high up and out.
Oh, but there was a call. Somebody touched the net. I'm sorry, that was Signal claiming that there was a net touch. And that could be unfortunate for NU because it was already a short point for them. At least sinasabi natin talaga na how NU needs to be very careful with those unforced errors.
Alam mo, tuwing may challenge, dapat may merienda dito eh. Para may silbi yung merienda, no? Ha? Para pagka nag-huddle ng ganito, pwede tayong kumain sandali, no? Ha? Nasa kaliwa ho namin itong challenge eh. Ayun, tingnan nung ating referee at yung technical staff.
So the challenge once again is for a net touch on the side of NU. So we have to remember that last hit or last attack from Bralbena went outside. So if the net touch is a successful
Call.
challenge, then the point goes to Signal.
Kuminsan it's conclusive, ano, kitang-kita. Kuminsan and for the
right.
benefit of all the viewers, the protocol, of course, is we can't show you anything until the challenge
Right.
is settled, because so that we don't make any judgment to it aside from those who are in authority to make
to
the
review,
to
that's
make,
right.
to review. That's even better, and to make the decision. Let's see if we can when we're ready here.
And there we go. So there's the challenge once again is for a net touch. Let's take a look. Malinis. Okay, so there was no net touch.
Natawa ako kay Coach Dexter. Kayo naman. Baka sakali lang.
No, I think because, the Signal players were saying that's the reason why they called for net touch. Kasi kanina the net was shaking eh. So,
Umikot lang siya. Parang sinabi niya, baka sakali lang. Eto, gandang serve. Montero got to it. Bonono finds a spot. And Edmar's connection brings us to the first technical timeout. But look at this. Bang. Back in a moment.
juggling his duties for the Spikers turf in the UAAP the past few months. Joseph Bello says na sa kabila ng pagod, naging vital learning experience sa kanya ang Spikers turf. Ngayon, kapag pinapasok daw siya ni coach sa UAAP, mas handa na siya at mas mabilis na rin ang decision making niya as a setter. Moving forward, he says that he will turn his focus on the UAAP and continue working on his skills for Spikers turf next conference. Your thoughts, guys?
Ako, ang thoughts ko, ang dami ng gugulo sa'yo. ang daming istorbo dyan sa mga report mo. Ano ba, kulang ba ng airtime yung mga yan? But thanks, Doreen. Nice report. Signal ahead, 8-5. And that's the whole point of this tournament. To keep developing and sharpening the talents of our players, both for the men and the women. Whoa! Yes, sir! Clean as a whistle.
Peter Torres has been very successful with that running hit.
Alam mo si Peter, parang karakter sa anime, no? Parang yung pag lumundag, umi-score kagad.
At tapos ganun pa yung hairstyle niya ngayon, di ba?
So, there's Caneo.
Torres with the serve.
Loaded pa. Oh, naisahan si Peter. Hindi na kayo ko.
Tagibolos with that point. Tagibolos now has 3 block points.
That's a good target. Yung player naka-serve lang, wala pa sa pwesto yan most of the time. So it's 6 against 9, and you're trying to stay alive here, down in the set count 2-0. Bonono, Asia. This is returned, but it's out.
Oh, that's outside, so the point goes to Signal.
Yep, it's birthday boy Joel Asia. Alam na ng buong bayan na birthday mo.
Oh, over-receive.
Dapat yun regalo na.
But overreaching naman.
Kaya nga dapat pinalo na niya eh. He ended up wanting to joust. First instinct was to block eh. Nadali siya nung tawag na yun. In the meantime, Joel Asia goes to Valbuena. Oh!
Valbuena hits it off the block.
(11-7) tally here. Signal with Marcus Peo serving. Good steady hands on the reception. That goes through the blockers.
And you trying to stay alive here. Let's take a look at that again.
I know you're so correct. Ang daming magandang moments ng NU. Hindi lang ma-string together sa sobrang lakas nitong Signal.
They're able to create their own runs naman eh. They're able to create their points.
And Giga flying, soaring on the quick set there. Lakas ng Pants Club nitong si Chu, And Giga serving. They're ahead, 12-8. Oh, that's out. Now, NU will have to make some defensive stops here. Here comes the serve.
Miscommunication from Asia and Espejo. So that's a free point there for NU. And NU really has to take, advantage of these kinds of opportunities. So they're just down by 2 now.
Yes, I agree. Capitalize on your investment. Montero keeps it alive. Valbuena zips it clean. Paka-reliable nitong si Alfred Valbuena. There are just some players when you need the point, hindi sila lagi yung porsyento players, but when you go to them, they usually deliver. Nice tap. Gotcha. Abanilla.
Smart move from Abanilla.
Nag-swimming yung kabila. Let's go with Mac Bandola. And his team currently down by 2. Bullet Handled well by Bonono. Back to Bonono. It does not cross over, and it's just a one-point affair. NU knocking at the door loudly here.
First things first, of course, the service must go in.
It does. Asia sets up. Torres for the familiar runner. Uh-oh. It's a...
There's a net touch challenge here.
Which you can do even if the ball is in play, huh? This is interesting. Talas din ang mata ni Dexter.
Well, I think, that's one of the things that they're really looking out for, no? Toka mo ang net, toka mong linya.
Meron na. I suppose so.
Because if you have several people, of course, on the bench, so you really have to keep a close eye on those things. Because these can be, you can create opportunities for yourself if you're able to raise a challenge successfully.
And the ultimate trigger is, Huy!
Uy, teka.
Net. Ayan, tingnan natin. We'll have it up on your screen in just a short while.
Again, if this is a successful challenge, and it is it?
Torres yata yung net.
Oh, yeah. So the net touch, there is a net touch, but it's on the side of Signal.
It's Peter Torres' kick.
Oh, and it's not on the side of NU.
Okay.
Yeah.
DJ Casanya returns, pulls out Joel Asia. Valbuena will also come in. Isay Marasigan is back on the hardwood. Except for Montero, it's the starting unit. Except for Montero and Bonono.
Right. So, may sense of urgency na ng konti na nakikita.
Oh, kasi tabla na
si Coach Dex.
Long. Spikers get a free point. Bonono is in the service spotlight. Maklang. Regalo, not capitalized. Set from Bonono. One-handed elevation. Long, but did somebody touch it? I think so.
Yes, it was Isay who has had last touch from that attack. So the point goes to NU. So this has been the closest that NU has been here in with Signal.
They've kept in step. They've not allowed Signal to lead by more than 3. But this serve is out of control. They're loading it up. I don't blame them.
Well, they need to. They have to make it difficult for Signal somehow.
You need to get your points from any source at this juncture. 15-14. Peter Torres on your screens.
And probably not having Sumanggid on the floor gives him more confidence for that serve.
Yeah, that's a great point. In the meantime, Bello says, "Oh, look at this!"
Solid block. That's what Espejo and Giga.
Look at this. Take us through this, Ivy. Watch this. Ooh.
Solid block. Oh, that was Espejo.
Walang pupuntahan. May nagtago ng susi. Baligo kami. Pagkataas nito.
Lots to celebrate for Signal today, as it's not just Jewel Asia's 27th birthday, but also the Team Kuya Sandy Montero's 34th birthday. Having been in the team for 9 years now, naging teammate pa nga niya si Coach Dexter Clamor, Sandy says that he didn't expect to be playing for Signal for this long, but he finds it fulfilling, lalo na pag natutulungan niya si Coach sa pag-guide sa younger players ng Signal. Sandy's and Jewel's birthday wishes are the same for Signal to get that title this conference. Back to you guys.
Okay, pupunta tayo sa party ni Montero at saka ni Coach Dex pag nanalo tong mga ito.
That's right. A lot to celebrate. One of the more exciting rallies that we've seen here in this match. And I think ang lesson learned sa rally na yun is to never take your eyes off the ball.
There's one birthday celebrant. The other one is on the floor, as reported by Doreen. Sandy Montero, been a long-time member of the team. Elevated, blasted upon, and when you need quick points, go to your regulars. That's the other birthday celebrant. Pinalaro si Sandy kasi birthday niya. Sige, mag-enjoy ka dyan. Sabi ni Sumanggit, ikaw na muna, sir.
And he's doing a good job.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that was a bit low, but good save from Isay.
Ang ganda ng roll na yun. Very judo-like roll. Nice tap. We fight for it. Espejo is extending. Ooh. Double touch ba?
Yes, that was a violation there called in Tasanya.
That's rare, that it happens on a setter. They don't usually call it on a setter, But we'll play on. It's 16-17. The serve in play. Bonono. Espejo, it's returned. And Giga, no, they don't force it. They had no formation. They had no clear play. That could have gone out, In the meantime. Oh! Down and out. And we're tied.
Good resilience being shown here by the young NU squad. Abanilla just, trying to push that in the blockers.
Montero, Casanya. Ooh, Marasigan. Eastside does it. And the Signal tiptoeing towards the finish line against this very pesky and Ivy is overcorrect, resilient NU team that won't go quietly into the afternoon.
And we have Marcus Espejo back on the service line. So if he's going to be giving out those kinds of serves again, ako, mahihirapan dito ang NU.
The cannonball, yes! Alam mo, si Mark, we tend to forget, played in Japan, and developed that weapon. Didn't have that much of that in the college game, but let's listen to the timeout of NU.
Tatlo sa harap, no? Isang maganda receive lang muna. Isa tayo, tapos block tayo. Dalawa lang yung spiker. Patayin nyo, gawa nyo ng paraan. Patayin nyo. Tara. Kaya.
Ako, I've always believed IB, and you played quite a long time also. That volleyball coaching and the instructions during the game, dapat brief lang One reminder lang, di ba?
Right.
One pass, one clean connection, call a play. My favorite is tumba-tumba. I still don't understand it completely. But when coaches say, like, si Coach Shaq ang mahilig ako. Sige.
Old school yung tumba
Ganun ba? Oh.
I don't think it's being used much now by the young teams
Makantsawan nga si Shaq. Sige. One pass, tapos tumba tayo. Okay, kakantsawan ko yun. 19-18 ang ating bilang. NU continues to tap at the door, trying to keep Signal guessing here. Now, Signal has some stress going on, trying to preserve that record. It's a free ball. Bonono. Bullet handled well. And look at this. NU ties it up at 19.
Good run there from NU. And again, what's important here for the NU squad is kailangan tibayan talaga nila ang kanilang depensa, both at the net and at the floor. And in that sequence, to be honest, it's the floor defense that really won it for them.
That's so correct. At kailangan buo rin ang kanilang loob as they face this Signal team. Aha! But they grab the lead. They're in the lead by 1. Signal will use a timeout. Watch this before we segue into that timeout. Bulika!
Huwag natin patamain, huwag natin ipilit ng ipilit doon sa blocker. Mamablock talaga kayo. Gumawa kayo ng paraan. Pwedeng magpa-check, pwedeng diinan, pwedeng mag-drop. Diba? Katulad Chu, dalawa na bumablock sa'yo, pipilitin mo pa rin. Pwedeng drop ball naman eh. Be wise. Go, 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 go. Go!
You know, for all intents and purposes, Signal has every reason to be winning this game. But the pressure of keeping that slate, unbeaten, no sets dropped, could be eating them up just a little here.
That's right. It would always be there. And you have to remember for NU, there's nothing to lose for them here. And in fact, everything to gain, no? Regardless of the outcome of the match.
Signal fighting for the possession, fighting for the ball. Bonono.
Good save, good
yes.
coverage.
Absolutely, and here comes the attack. Short! It was short! Mark tried to go for an open spot on the right flank, and it ended up as short.
Well, Mark did see that hole in the defense. And once again, you know, we really have to commend NU for defending very well.
Bueno, butas na butas, kaso short yung tapik. 2-point lead by NU. Trying to do what no other team has done so far in the tournament. Win a set against Signal. Alive! Montero whipped it over.
Free ball. Oh, but a net violation called up against Signal. Oh, this is quite unusual, you know. So NU up by 3, and again, they have been performing very well.
I've seen this, Ivy. 24-21 was the score. I forget the team that Signal played. They were down 24-21. They clawed back. Let's see if they still have that here today. There's 1 point, but it is out.
Still nothing working here for Signal.
I'm being reminded by the producers here that that game was against Vanguard. And I saw that on TV. I remember that. It was 24-21 then.
Yeah, I think that was when they fielded in all the second stringers to start the set.
Now some scary, anxious moments for Signal. Nothing of that sort for NU. Miguel back on the floor to make those all-important porciento points. Watch this. Wow, full swing.
Good down the line hit. Again, too strong for Bello.
Bugawan most likely for NGA here. They're going for full strength here. Yung subs were not able to hold the forte. 23-20. Opportunity for Signal to capitalize. Miguel blocked. Nowhere to go. And NU is at set point.
And if NU pulls this off, they would be making history regardless again of the outcome of this match. So even if Signal emerges as the winner, it falls down in history already that, you know, NU was able to give them the first set loss.
And that will be a reason to be disappointed later on. But Miguel continues, not yet. Miguel continues to plug away. Here it is, 24-21. Now, if you're NU, just play on. Don't look at the scoreboard
That's
right
right.
now.
So no room for errors on the side of NU here.
It's in the air. The shot. Uh-oh, there's a call.
Oh.
It's a double contact.
It's a double violation. And that can be costly.
Yung lipad ng bola, you could tell it. Ako, I did not see the player itself, but the flight of the ball. In the meantime, NU utilizes rather a timeout.
Isang receive lang, isang pasa lang dito ha. Naintindihan? Ha? Inigay. Gawa yung diskartehan nyo. Naintindihan? Timing, pag-receive, timing. Para makakuha ka ng ano. Timing lang. Naintindihan? Pero maganda mo na, isang receive lang muna. Ha? Hey, what's up, ha? Laban! Hey, you! Yes! Hey!
Valbuena to serve. 2-point lead by NU. Oh, it's out. You would normally say giggle, but you don't blame them because with authority pinalo eh.
That's right. And again, he had the right angle in mind.
Exactly.
So yung clip ng wrist talaga ang kailangan, ang kulang.
Now both sides need perfect volleyball here.
One more try, and NU was able to pull what other teams has been trying, all conference long.
And they put a blemish on the tournament of Signal by scoring the first set win against the Signal HD Spikers. We will need a fourth set. We will be back. Look at this, something you didn't see all tournament long. Somebody taking a set away from Signal HD. As we take a look at the highlights from that last set, what happened to Signal HD, Ivy?
Well, definitely. I think it's really not. It's really more of what NU was able to do, But at some point, also Signal has committed those strings of errors, and that had, that proved to be costly for them. So a lot of sequential attack errors on the side of Signal, and that gave NU consecutive points. I think, and that was also towards the latter part already. Nasa 20s na yun, no? So medyo crucial yun and that gave, of course, these young boys the momentum. And what also worked well for NU was that their defense, their floor defense really worked very well. So ang sipag, ang sipag sa pagdepensa. So that really worked to their advantage. So
and in the you had the right call in the course of that third set. They had nothing to lose.
right.
Laro lang, tingnan
Oo,
natin. And now
yeah.
we've done what the others have not done. Now, if you're Signal on the other hand, okay, that's off your back. Tapos na yan. We were not able to do an immaculate slate. So what? Let's win this game.
And this is how close that game was. NU just 1 point behind, in terms of attacks. They did very well once again at the front of the net with 3 blocks. And both teams, had their own fair share of errors. Pero yun nga, yung sa side kasi nitong Signal, the majority of the errors that were committed happened towards the tail end of the set. So that gave, of course, the young
Good point,
NU
yeah.
team more confidence. Kasi kita mo sa galaw nila, how confident they were.
Yes.
Even if they had committed some errors on their side.
Now, if you're NU, you've got to firm up your resolve. This will be a very tough Signal team that will play against you here in this fourth set. Nasaktan eh.
Oo, correct.
Mahirap kalaban ito. And,
Babawi yan for sure.
Signal scoring the first point of set number 4. They took some chances also. They allowed other players. They don't normally do. Can't blame the coaches with that because that's something you would normally do. In the meantime, we have the score at 2-1. Should it be 2-1 now? I think so. In the meantime.
Oh, that goes out, and there was no touch from NU.
Okay, NU has the lead, 2-1 here in the fourth set. Long. We're tied. Marcus Espejo to serve. Excellent reception and then attack by Bandola. They now lead by 1, 3-2.
And that was a perfectly executed play on the side of NU. Good set, good down the line hit.
Maganda doon, Bandola knew he would get it back.
Right.
So preparado na siya.
That's correct.
In the air, miss!
Miscommunication on the side of Signal. Again, very rare that we see that kind of error.
Medyo na-shoot yung kanilang balloon, naisahan eh. They were unable to complete that immaculate slate, but you gotta shake it off. In the meantime, back in action, the push, the joust. Bandola forced to back away. He fires nonetheless. It's in the air. Here comes the counter. It's out.
That was outside. Too wide from Miguel.
And now Signal is beginning to miss, huh? They've fallen behind by 3 here, but not because of unforced errors, but because of some missed targets. 5-2. Well done. Marasigan reconnects them. 5-3 count. Alam mo naman ito, Ivy, no? This is that part of the match where the mind is playing.
Right.
This is more than your volleyball skills.
That's correct.
What kind of toughness do I bring for both sides? Huh? If I were Signal, I'd finish this off. Let's forget about this. Let's move quickly. But this NU team, just pesky. Bandola blasts away. Marcus Espejo elevates it. Kept in play. Precarious. They have to give a free ball to the other side. Here's the set by Casanya. Nag-toughen up yung floor defense ng NU.
And that became their advantage actually. So doon medyo nahirapan ng konti ang Signal. So Miguel with that down the line hit. Only one blocker going up against him. So that's a lot of space, for Miguel. Let's take a look at that.
Talk of space, the left flank was wide open. Para siyang piloto, iniwasan lahat ng mga clouds. 5-4, NU by 1. That's short. We're tied at 5. Close and tight. Signal leads in the set count, 2 sets against 1. You heard me right. Signal losing a set for the first time in the tournament. Good shot, but kept in play by Espeo. Good track down by Isay Marasigan. It's in the air. The quick! Oh, well done.
Oh, that was an excellent play from Ordiales.
Excellent quick. Look at this. The slow-mo is not going to give you the speed and the quickness in which it was done, but the precision perhaps so evident in that last connection. Ooh, it flew over. Oh, regalo.
A different Enyo we're seeing right here.
Re-energized. 7-5. You know, they're not going anywhere deep into the tournament, but they're going to be proud of what they've done here today.
Right.
Long. Only 4 teams are moving forward. They're Cotabato, Imus, Signal, and Iloilo.
So errors plaguing the way of Signal right now.
Yes, being hounded as we march into the first technical timeout of the 4th. Fourth set action just about ready to roll on. 8-6 lead by the Enyo Archipelago. They won the previous set, but this serve is into the net. Bandola unable to get it over.
Again, high risk, high rewards for that serve.
Maklang. That's a rejection. Watch this.
Oh, 3-man block going up against the spiker.
Who had nowhere to go.
Oh, that's right.
8-all tally. Miguel nearly tripping after serving. Maklang. The adjustment with the right hand by Haleko. He fires away and finds a spot.
Yeah, and a good fight being shown by NU here in this set.
You know, you're so correct. This is a different NU team from the one that played in the first 2 sets.
And you can see in the body language, it's very, very evident. Oh, solid block.
That doesn't happen every day. Watch this again.
Tagobilos. Really, sarado bangko, linggo eh.
Kahit ATM, hindi operational eh. Then, short. He was trying to cut it. That serve ended up short for Ordiales. Then 9 count. Peter Torres set the serve.
We already have 4 service errors on the side of NU here in this set. So imagine if they did not commit those errors, no? I mean, what
Yeah.
the score could have
Yeah.
been farther.
So much
They could have
different.
stretched it. Oh, no coverage para dito sa NU.
Now Espejo is beginning to take over the game. Doing a little of everything. His blocking is now in place. Watch this. You know what I like about Mark? Sinasabayan niya yung spiker. Hindi yan tatalon siya kaagad eh. Here's Peter Torres.
And it helps also na matagal ang kanyang hang time.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh!
Oh, that clips the antenna, so that's outside.
Sayang yung lipad ni Brian Haleco na yon. But suddenly signaled back in the lead. Here it is. One more look. He was trying to go down the line. And suddenly there was a roadblock there. The road was too tight. Our count, 11-10. Signal back in front. The cannonball serve in play. Haleco recycles off the blockers. Gets it back. Tied at 11.
Not the strongest of hits, but just enough swipe, just to bring it out after it touched the hands of the blockers. Yeah, no, kitang-kita yung swipe.
Yeah, and he had a little more space to operate with than in the previous point. Tabla po tayo sa 11. Fourth set po ito. Miguel. Maclang with a good recovery.
That's
Muntik na yun.
a big save there.
Pag tumama sa taas yun, they lost the point. Out.
Oh, too much angle now on that side of Espejo. You can really see, na yung blocking ng NU, talagang Signal is trying to avoid it.
Here it is.
Take a look at that once again. Outside, too much angle. Espejo really trying to avoid the blockers since Tagobilos is in front of him.
The alternate libero of NU is on the floor. It's Michael Hernandez, number 4. And look at this.
And the blockers of NU giving Signal a hard time. Espejo pushes that. Oh, no, nobody there to save it.
Signal may have to swing it to the other side.
That's
Medyo
right.
nabibisto na sila. Oh! But just when you have something going, something happens. Bello ended up sending it into the net. We've got EJ Casanya all set to serve. NU has a slight lead here in the fourth. Blocked. Maclang is back on the floor. It's pushed high. Casanya, back row strike.
Oh, but there's a net violation error on the side of NU.
Yes.
Tagobilos apologizes for that.
Sometimes you don't know you actually hit the net, actually. It's still shaking in that replay. In the air we go. Block out.
Isay Marasigan with that point. But then again, you have to commend the blocking of NU.
Because it's there. In the first two sets, as you mentioned, they're one of the top blocking teams of the tournament, but they were not doing that particularly well. In the meantime, here's the attack. Haleco gets it to bite.
The renewed energy we're seeing here in the side of NU.
Revitalized sila.
Oo.
Laking bagay yung panalo ng third set eh.
They've been very aggressive in everything. Blocking, spiking, defending.
Floor defense, sabi mo nga.
Yes.
14-all now. In play. Recycled. Sumanggid. Casanya says, tabi dyan. Hernandez. Nice set. It hits the antenna though. Too much angle to work with.
That's right.
Hernandez, the libero, had the right idea, but it was too far away from any legal space to work with. In the meantime, Espejo will be serving. He has not seen any rest here in this game. Ooh.
Service ace for Mark Espejo.
And Maclang unable to handle it. We have the count at 16-14. Signal in the lead. Back in a moment. We have you back with us. Ivy, both these teams coming up with different versions of themselves. You can sense the bit of anxiety of Signal to get this day over with. On the other hand, and you're saying, we'll try to win this, you know.
And you seems like they're enjoying it, actually.
Yes. That's even a better point as we observe this. It crawls in. Macbandola finding a way for that to squeeze in. Watch this. Bandola is a good scorer. He knows what to do with the volleyball when he gets into the air, actually. Doesn't force the issue. But this one.
Oh, it's outside. Too much angle. Once again to the side of Signal. So you can really see the respect that they're giving out here to the blockers of NU. Kasi iniiwas talaga nila yung mga atake.
That's a great point. That's a very good insight. In the meantime, Asia Jewel is back in. Bumalasan ng konti si Coach Dexter Clamor. Espejo got to it. The quick set. Counter. Mark is there. Asia reverses. Clean as a whistle. Marasigan through two defenders on the floor, actually.
That's right. And only one blocker going up against him. And you cannot have that, you know, against Isay Marasigan.
Ayun, no, sa gitna ng dalawa.
The middle blocker didn't even have a chance to attempt for to defend the net.
At saka yung dalawa sa floor, naging ikaw, ako. Walang nakakuha. Lamang ang signal ng isa. Difficult reverse set. Asia says, I got it. Muntik na kasi nag-alangan siya. Baka maging double contact. Lakas.
Oh, that was outside. Peter Torres apologizing.
Because it's the second ball. He was eager to fire away. Asia was already there. Kasi hindi ba the usual rule is second ball setter.
Right.
That's why Asia was already in position. But he apologized. It was too hard to resist it.
Good defense.
Tough angle. They make do. Bandola kept it in play. This one is dropped. It's on the ground.
Good read from Miguel. Able to see that hole in the defense of NU.
Miguel has been very consistent throughout this match. Signal with the very slight lead, 18-17. Way out. Yeah. 19-17. They were looking for an angle to work with. Too much on it. Isay Marasigan back at the service area. Somebody home right there. Peter Torres thought it was his ball. And they give it over for free. Sumanggid. Torres is there, but there's the push. That's long.
Little miscommunication, I think, on the side of Signal in terms of which play.
Where are we? Yeah, you know, where are we going with this?
Let's take a look at that one. It was supposed to be a back row hit.
That's why Marcus Espejo was loading up it. Then Isha apologized to his teammates. Signal though in the lead by 1. Sumanggid skidding to the floor. He keeps it in play. Long.
They're calling for a touch.
I don't think so.
Didn't seem like it, but and you would try, of course. Nothing to lose.
You remember those days when wala pang challenge, yung mga players sa floor? Touch, net touch, ball touch. Check ball. But now we have some way of checking.
So before, parang appeal to the emotions ng referees ko.
Taas yata. Ewan ko ha. I don't want to talk about it. Here it is now. You take us through this.
Well, sometimes, this one seems clear. Pero kasi sometimes, yung the slightest touch of the finger na ma-capture natin dito sa ating slow-mo, of course, that would already count as a touch.
Yeah.
Pero nga sabi natin, of course, NU will try to find, earn any point that they can right now.
And NU still plugging away. They're telling Signal, you may be going to the semis. We don't care. We just want to win today.
That's right. So we have our own goals to fulfill here.
You can go anywhere. We've achieved one of them, which is to beat you in one set.
Important serve right here.
Nicely done. Peter Torres, I knew it. Ang takbo ni Peter eh.
Oo.
Ganda ng explosiveness niya. Bang!
It is also quite difficult to read. You know he's going for the attack, but where he's going to bring it, that's what usually is difficult to read.
Kasi on the run, he can cut the corner eh. But you have to follow. Ang hirap, no?
Maraming option eh. Flick ng wrist, kanya dadalhin,
exactly.
diba?
Yung tingin mo sa bola at sa tao. Bit of a miss hit there. Daliri lang tumama doon. Into the back row, we have it. Bandola is there. Here's Alecko. Too high. Marcus Pell, the quick set. Oh, mishandled.
A little hesitation on the side of NU in terms of who's going to get that ball. That could be a costly error para dito sa side ng NU. Let's take a look at that once again. Oh, may konting hesitation siya doon.
NU wants to talk shop. Let's allow them to do so.
Kaya ko hampas to. Isa lang. Isang receive lang maganda. Ha? Receive one tayo. Naintindihan. Kapag binigay sa'yo, ito pasukan mo Pasok, tapos pag binigay, diskarte lang. Ha? Kaya pa natin. Tatlo lang yan. Isang magandang receive lang. Tapos kung nasa block, yung nasa harap naman siya. Walang binitaw.
Say, kaya!
Now, if you're just joining us and you're saying, why is it the fourth set? And it's Signal playing. That's because Signal lost the third set and the first time for them to lose a set in the tournament. That's done. That's already part of history. You got to move ahead now.
That's right. And of course, NU was able to bank on that feat that they've made for themselves. So they're keeping it tight, against the #1 team here in this tournament.
They're looking at Signal straight in the eye and not blinking, really. Although they did lose the first two sets. Problematic. Oh, Asia made some adjustments in the air. Alecko, his shot being played out now by Signal. Boom! But in play. Excellent roll by Hernandez. Alecko has to toss it over. That's rejected. It's reset. Miguel, the toss. It's alive. Kept in play. The second longest rally, I guess. Hernandez, Alecko. It's in the air. Miguel says, watch this. Long and out.
Good defense on the side of NU. Again, you really have to commend this young team. Alecko. Oh, that was a good pickup there from Miguel.
Ito, medyo nanggigil si Mark.
Oo.
Walang blocker eh. Biglang fired away. Free ball. Chance for NU to score. They don't. Sumanggid. That will hit the corner.
So not the strongest of hits for Mark Espejo, but he was able to find that open spot in the defense of NU.
It was a little more precise this time compared to that shot earlier, which he really over-muscled. Here we've got Jewel Asia serving, the setter. Bungled by Maclang. And we arrive at match point. Timeout taken by NU. They'll try to freeze Signal in any way.
May chance pa naman. At wala, di pa naman tapos yan eh. 34 pa lang ngayon. Marami pang may pwede mangyari dyan. Sige, isang receive lang naman. Yun lang naman tayo nagkamali sa isang receive lang naman eh. Tiwala. Isang receive. Dito mo ano, pasukan mo pinga. Maganda. Yan. Pag binigay, diskarte natin. Diskarte natin. Laban. Bibitaw! Tiwala!
24-21, and Signal finds itself finally at probably the last 3 steps before they cross the finish line here. Asia will be serving for the match. Maklang, high up but playable. Asia reverse set. That is rejected, and NU stays alive.
Tagi Bolos with another block. You know, he has been performing very well defending the net. Well, probably not all of his attempts are kill blocks, pero ang dami niyang na-reject, you know, sa side ng Signal.
He has not allowed too many shots of Signal to go through. He has nice length, actually. And that'll do it. That'll do it. This will end this battle. But salute to NU for giving Signal quite a battle here, Ivy.
That's right, and they really made it difficult for Signal. And you know, this is an entirely different NU squad that we've seen play today. You know, a lot of resilience on their part, and they were able to recover in those moments that talagang parang they were falling behind.
It looked like they would just fall after 2 sets, but they recovered, fought tooth and nail in that 3rd set, took that 3rd set, and scratched the once immaculate slate of Signal. We'll wrap this up with our best player interview and some highlights right after this.
Finishing the eliminations round with a 10-0 record is the Signal HD Spikers after that 4-set win versus NU. And I'm here with the best player of the game, Mark Espejo. Mark, alam ko goal ni Coach Dex na mas-sweep niyo sana itong game versus NU. Pero yun nga, nakuha nila yung 3rd set. What happened there? What do you guys think about that?
Siguro nag-relax talaga kami ng sobra. Naging complacent kami. Nakala namin, alam mo yun, parang gusto namin gumawa ng history ba? Parang mas-sweep na 3-0. Pero yun, di namin nagawa. Siguro nag-relax kami. And yun, going to the 4th set, parang naka-affect sa amin sobra yung pagkatalo ng 3rd set. So parang malaking epekto siya na na-down kami and hindi kami naka-recover agad.
Heading into the semifinals, Mark, on that note, with your first dropped set of the conference, ano yung epekto nun sa inyo, mentality-wise?
Siguro kanina naman, kita-kita naman ng 4th set na na sobrang down namin and I hope na sa next training namin, mapag-usapan namin and makarecover kami going to the semis.
Mark, any greetings?
Ayun, binabati ko yung family ko, si Mama, si Papa, si Angel, yung mga aso namin, and yung families ng aking mga teammates and coaches and kay Clyde and her family, and yeah, supportan nyo siya sa MUP.
Thank you and congratulations, Mark. And to the Signal HD Spikers, back to you, Ivy and Sir Sam.
Ay, naantay nung aso yung bate eh. Yun ang pinaka-importante doon. Diba? Nakaabang sa TV yun. Baka batiin tayo ni Sir Mark pag nanalo. But ito, this was historic in many ways, but you can't help leave this game but not admire this NU team.
Right, definitely. You know, a lot of grit, a lot of guts that has been shown by this very young NU team. And, you know, they're going up against the strongest and the #1 team here in this tournament. And they have achieved what other teams have not. And that is to get a set and steal a set from Signal. But, you know, not to take anything away from how Signal performed because, they, you know, they were their usual selves.
Agree,
you know, it's just that probably they just let their guard down a little bit. You know, and NU naman was able to take the opportunity and they really, you know, they really leveled up their game. So that's one thing also. And we've also mentioned how well they have defended the floor. Yun talaga yung naging absent, you know, in the sets that they lost.
Exactly, and probably the stress of having to win all those sets also took its toll against Signal. Some of the numbers, Ivy Remulla.
Yes, here you see the numbers on your screen. Not so much attack points, you know, from both of these teams, but NU once again defending the net very well, and this is what really made the difference, you know, for this team. So probably not all of the blocks that they have committed was converted to a point, pero nahirapan ang Signal. But we really have to see also yung errors na na-commit dito sa set na to. Medyo tumaas for both of these teams. But nevertheless, Signal made sure that it will not be extended any further. Hanggang 4 sets lang because ba't ba nagpapahabain, di ba?
Exactly. Thank you, Ivy. And we'd like to thank Doreen also for joining us. But there's no doubt about this. Signal is undefeated going into the next round. Coming up next, we got Cotabato up against the Navigators of Iloilo for more action where power meets passion here in the Spikers turf.